Hello everyone, this is Dawn over at Plot Chronicles. I want to tell you that I'm redoing this video that I did several weeks ago, and I wanted to tell you why. Several weeks ago, and I was wondering what happened, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do going forward. I, by accident, uploaded the same video, but I put the different title. Well, I did a video, but then I couldn't go back and find the video on this particular book review that I wanted to do. And so I'm redoing it now. But what I'm going to do going forward is after I upload my videos, I'm going to go double check right then and there that it is the right video that goes with the right title of the video. So bottom line is I made a mistake and uploaded the wrong video twice. And so then I couldn't find my other video, so I'm redoing it. Hopefully that makes sense. What a great intro to a video, right guys? Well, this one's The Quiet Librarian by Eskens. I want to do a review on this because this review, I would call it historical fiction, maybe slash thriller, slash maybe a little bit of mystery in it. It was very well written, but if you want like a light afternoon read, this is not it. But, you know, like I told you guys in many videos, I'm really working on branching out and reading all different kind of books. Like right now I'm reading more self-help, but I'm trying to pick some older self-help. I'm also working on picking more historical fiction, maybe a little bit more romance. Still thriller is my favorite genre though. That's still, especially domestic thriller. That is my number one. But anyway, this book is about a girl named Hannah Babbitt. And basically lives in Minnesota where I'm from. And as you can see, I'm currently drinking some pop. But anyway, and no one ever says pop. By the way, off topic, when I pass out samples at different grocery stores and places like that, at Walmart, Target, Kroger, and I was passing out some pop, and I was calling people over to come try it, and then I called it pop, and I heard one of the little kids say, "Dad, what's pop?" And he said, "Son, we don't call it that here. We call it the proper word, soda." And so they came over and tried some. Anyway, off topic. Okay, so this is called The Quiet Librarian by Eskens. It's about a girl that she grew up, basically, she's a quiet librarian, lives in Minnesota. She's middle-aged, but 30 years ago, she lived in another country. She lived in Bosnia, and during the early 90s was the war there, which was horrific. A lot of people were unalived, as many of you know. If you know anything about the war between Bosnia and Serbia, it was about that. Well, Hannah's family, let's just say they were unalived, and she was hiding, okay? And then she was basically, you know, fighting in this war herself, and she also had other friends and people like that were doing the same thing. So the story was going back from Minnesota to back to the war in Bosnia and Serbia, okay? And the reason why is it starts out at the beginning of the book where she's working at this library. A detective comes in and tells her that her dear friend, who is, you know, older than her, who's a grandmother, by the way, was unalived, and they want to find out what happened, okay? And she is asked to take care of the 8-year-old grandson that her best friend was taking care of. And so you get a little bit of that in the story. But it goes back and forth of what happened in the 90s to now. Well, people from, you know, Serbia followed her over to America. I guess they found her and her friend, okay? And so it's kind of the story of that. There's a lot of action in it, but it isn't what I call easy to read. It's very well written, but it's not what I call a light read because it is about war and it is historical fiction, but the things that they talk about really did happen, but they're using fictional characters. But I thought it was very well written. I don't know if you like stories like that, but I knew a little bit about the war between Bosnia and Serbia, but I actually learned some things I didn't know. So it was good for me to read for that reason. Let me know if you've ever read any of Eskens' book. I did read another book of his. I cannot remember the name of it. I also thought it was well written. So he is a really good author, but the books he writes are not what I call light reads, if that makes sense. So let me know, do you guys like light reading? Because I hear a lot of people say, oh, they love cozy mysteries. They like more, you know, playful, fun, easy reading books. I'd like to hear from you on, do you like a heavier read or do you kind of like lighter reads? Or you like a combination? Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. Love you, appreciate you, and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.